How we doing it, everybody? I am back with another bad video, and look who I got. You know this guy. If you haven't, I've talked about him a long time. Fortunate enough to have him here to talk industry today on our Team Talk. Toby, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Toby Korn with Jetta Marina in Calvert City, Kentucky. I'm up here in La Crosse, Wisconsin, fishing the Angler's Choice Team Championship.
Well, good. There you go. That's what we got. So we got this for you. We got industry. I figured, what a better guy. How many years you been in the industry?
Officially 10 years, but more than 25.
There you
I've
go.
helped with Jetta Marina.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we got him here, just to give you guys some insight on all things what we're going to talk about today. It's going to be industry, it's going to be White River, it's going to be Mercury, it's going to be opinions, it's going to be how we feel, and obviously he's going to be how he wants to be, and I'm going to be how I'm going to be, and that's what's going to make this a badass video. So I think first things first, let's just, I don't have to do this, but let's give a little plug to Jetta. So I've done it before. And I said, go down, talk to Toby, make sure you get your Ranger down there. So what do you guys all sell at Jetta Marine? First off, let's just get that cleared up.
Well, we're White River exclusive. We have, on the fiberglass side, we have Ranger, Nitro, and Triton. On the aluminum side, we have the Tracker aluminum, the Ranger aluminum, and then the Sun Tracker line of pontoons and Regency line of pontoons.
It sales good? Up, down, COVID, what?
We are post-COVID now. Sales are, they're still steady. Mm-hmm. Nowhere near what they were at COVID.
Okay.
But yeah, surprisingly well with the interest rates.
And that's what, of course, what I want to bring in with him versus me. I don't sell that style, and it gives you guys another good look. Trade-ins, people trading in older stuff, new stuff.
Man, trade-ins now are
like they were a premium.
Yes, that's over. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
If the people that are shopping for used, especially on the fiberglass side, are shopping. They want a quality boat that's not been ran up and down this river, for one.
Welcome to my home.
Yeah, and but yeah, no, it better have low hours and be kept by grandpa in the garage.
Okay, I get it, and I believe that, and I think we commented about that this was going to happen.
And not have an Evinrude on it.
And not have an Evinrude, exactly, 100%. Evinrudes are worth nothing at this point. Right out there is a blue bin for a blue motor. That's where they need to go. I did see a couple Evinrudes this week. I got to see a G2. It was really fun.
I saw a Legend with a G2 just a while ago.
Was he rowing?
He was behind the truck.
Let's go. Well, I mean, he's not in the water. Having a good day then. Anyway, so let's talk Mercury. All right, let's talk Mercury. Everybody thinks I hate Mercury. I've told you before, I don't hate Mercury. I just bring out the things that I see. You see Mercury things, I see Mercury things. Now, I just did a post, I did a video, I don't know if you saw it, make Mercury bankrupt, clink, clink, you know, that type of thing. So I've heard more rumors about more things. I'm having problems getting certain parts from Mercury. I don't know if you guys are, you're bigger than I am, obviously. There's parts that just aren't available right now for I don't know what reason. And you told me the other day you got a couple 250s, which you hadn't been able to get. So is there something, and you can be as honest as you want to and do what you want to say, but is there an issue? Why, they move parts to Indianapolis, right? And now I think we're just production here. And I mean, but your Mercury's coming from White River, correct? So
predominantly, yes.
Yes.
From White River or directly from.
And I mean, if you get parts, you get direct parts from Merc? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's the same correlation. Have you seen parts problems for the newer stuff or the Optis and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, man, it's been up and down. It's like the craziest things,
And it's the weirdest parts.
Yes, exactly.
It's the parts you would expect them to have, and that we can't get them. And it bothers me being in this industry for so long to never have that problem. And there was times when you couldn't get things that you can't get a nut, you can't get a bolt, you can't get this, whatever. We could fix that. We could make that happen. Now it's like you can't get a starter, and it's 3 months. How can you put a starter or a compressor out for 3.5 months?
Correct.
It just can't happen that way. And it bothers me to know that the industry itself in a whole is like this. And have you heard anything from Mercury saying that there's an issue with parts, or is it because they're moving from A to B? Because we get a lot of questions from a lot of people asking us about Mercury parts. Why is it? And then we just give them while they're moving, because that's what we've heard. They're taking stuff from Fond du Lac and moving it down to here, and they did get hacked. We all know about the hack.
Yeah, the hack has been the biggest thing on the parts here in the near future.
Okay.
Recent, yes.
Yeah, the hack was horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I can't imagine what they were losing every day, because they could not sell, Correct. They couldn't do anything. And now there's no Mercury support coming to this deal here.
to the Major League Fishing tournament here in 2 weeks.
Right, and there wasn't one at the last one either, and I think that all has to do with the hack or something is going on, is what
we've been told.
All right, so the hack is the hack. Okay, there you go. So, and I kind of related it to that, but I just wanted to get that out there because I only get about 150 questions a week about Mercury parts and why people can't get them, because it's not just here. And I knew kind of you would have, because they're saying it all across the country that there's a problem there.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's a little, I mean, it has gotten a little bit better for us. I mean, you know, during the COVID craze, the shift actuators and things like that, it's a little bit better. I mean, we were 6 weeks for the craziest little piece,
right.
You know, where it's getting better.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've actually seen loose engines now.
Yeah, we talked about that. He was surprised. He was surprised all of a sudden an engine showed up, which used to be 2 years or a year, and then all of a sudden one showed up.
Two in 2 weeks.
2 in 2 weeks. So there you go. So there might be a push for that, but I do think there's something like that too, because I still think there's a ton of back order on outboards. And if you're a Mercury or you're anybody, it's like, I can sell that part to that place to get that guy in the water, or I need to get this outboard going. We got to get the outboard out. I mean, that's probably what's happening also, not knowing, but that's probably what's happening. So any of you guys that are questioning what's going on with Mercury, when I said the bankrupt thing, it was like, and I ended it with, no, they're not going to go bankrupt, because they're not going to go bankrupt. But there's questions out there, and we got a lot of questions that people had answered, and the biggest thing was parts. Why can't I get parts for my engine? Why is my engine sitting there stalemated? They can't fit, you know what I mean? And I said, well, I thought, Toby's gonna be up here. We'll ask him, see if he's still having problems getting parts on certain things. And there you go, you have it. All right, let's talk Johnny. Can we talk Johnny for a minute?
Absolutely.
Good, let's talk Johnny. Nitro Sales is number one. You sell more Nitros, more Rangers, more what?
Man, forever, Jetta Marine has been known for Ranger boats.
Correct.
We're right there, FLW headquarters down the road from us. We sell Ranger boats all over the country, always have. In the last 5 years, we went White River exclusive, so we brought in Nitro. Mm-hmm. And yes, surprisingly, we're side by side now.
And I think that makes sense for every dealership that does it. I mean, I believe that you're going to get more marketability in the Nitro just because of price point, probably, versus because if you load up that Ranger and I can load up that Nitro.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of my very best friends that have been longtime Ranger guys that are running Nitros now.
Right. And it's really not about, and you and I talk about this all the time, it's not really about the boat at that point. It's about contingencies. Contingency.
Yep.
And if you have a good contingencies backing from your boat company, you're probably going to get sales.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you've seen that from back in probably in the Ranger Cup days.
Yep.
And now you're seeing the tide kind of change to Nitro being kind of a leader when it comes to that, because Triton still has some contingency.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's Triton, Ranger, and Nitro, same across the board.
Same across the board. Well, there you go, America. So it's the same across the board, but you can get into a Nitro cheaper than you can get into the other two.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and it goes back to, let's just say we're spending $80,000 and that's my max. My Ranger's going to be like here at 80,000. My Nitro's going to be here.
Yeah.
And you'll probably be able to fit your Triton somewhere in between, right?
Yeah. No, if I'm that guy working at the factory and is a hardcore tournament fisherman here, and I do cash checks pretty regularly, I'm buying a Nitro.
Correct. Right.
You know, like I said, I've ran Rangers myself since 2008, and man, I've not seen any changes at all.
Right. Right. And quality-wise, since 2008, since we'll bring up the 2008 boat, which was a great boat, was a great boat.
Absolutely.
And quality changes in that stuff happening? Is it all the same?
I'm going to say on the Ranger side, yes, we're seeing straight across the board, no major changes at all as far as quality. On the Nitro side, man, they've stepped their game up. They really have. On the, you know, like I said, Mike, Mike's hard on one.
I have a tendency to know him.
And, you know, like I said, he's had his now for going on 2 years, and
it looks like he's had it for 10.
It's because it doesn't wash it.
It's beat. It's beat. Why did you give him a mat on the floor? That looks. It literally looks like my floor here.
I know.
I know. He may like it, but yeah, that's not good. It's not good. It's dirty as piss.
It is dirty.
It's dirty.
Pike.
And you're gonna get that in trade. Thank you. Good job. Nice job. You didn't think of that when you sold him it. So let's flip it now to we're still sticking White River. You and I talk tins a lot of times, right? We talk about tin boats, and the tin craze is increasing. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
The tin bass boat and the tin boat in general is rising, correct? You say that towards pricing? Is pricing because like,
Oh, yeah.
do you think there's gonna be a day when Ranger's like outpriced itself to where those guys are gonna flip either if they don't want to, or when you see tin guys come in, are they young guys, old guys? What is that generation?
Man, you know, forever the tin guy was the first boat buyer.
Yeah.
You know, we always said when Ranger came out with their aluminum boat, we're going to introduce so many people to the industry, get them their foot in the door with the Ranger aluminum, and then it does. They step up into a Ranger fiberglass. But yeah, no, tin boats, man, they've came a long way in 10 years. I don't care what brand it is.
Oh yeah. Remember the original G3 with the broken transom?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Express with the broken transom, and you had to expect that. People didn't understand. We went from running a 50 horse on it to magically flipping the switch to putting 200 horses.
Yeah. And there's lots of, like I said, Ranger's definitely on board with that as well. You know, they're gradually, you know, making boats bigger, stronger, faster.
Right, and they should. They have to keep engineering themselves and upping the quality of the tin boat now. I think more than ever, because it needs to be fishable, it needs to be fast, it needs to be strong, because people are going to get to that point. We get a lot of horror stories because of the Ranger re-welds and all that stuff. And I tell people, I said, it's just, they got like first edition stuff that's breaking, hull breaks, you know.
And there's a lot. I mean, you can't take a aluminum boat with a 150 and just go out there and run it wide open without something giving. You know, you can't.
You can't?
You can't. We see a lot of that, especially on Kentucky Lake.
Oh yeah, big wave, big chop, run it through them, spirit. We see more transom problems here.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
I wonder why.
You've been out there.
Sandbars.
You've been out there.
Sandbars. Wing dams.
Stumps.
Stumps.
Logs. Foundations.
Yeah.
Everything you can think of. Toby likes this area. He's had a good couple days. He's had a really good couple days.
It's been phenomenal.
Yep, been up to your knees in water and mud and loon all in one fucking day, guaranteed. You cut by any zebra mussels yet?
No zebra mussels.
Give it time. You broke a rod this morning.
I did. I broke a rod on a very nice pike for in my standards.
Like that big.
My standards.
It was that big. G. Loomis took a break.
It did.
Yep.
It did. So.
Yeah. Well, it's just from all them big fish you've been catching.
That's right.
That's right. So the tin industry, I think, is on the rise. Are you agreeing with me on this?
Absolutely.
I mean, the tin boat industry in a whole is taking off more, I think.
Oh, especially like I said, I'm from Kentucky Lake, where we sell a lot of them,
right?
But nowhere near as many as you guys sell.
Right.
They're everywhere. Every house I drive by has got an aluminum boat of some sort.
Right. In the yard.
Yes.
Exactly. And I think they're built for what we do.
Exactly.
What are you fishing out of this week?
I brought a Ranger RT 198.
100%.
I left my 521R at home.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I think here, I just can't believe it hasn't completely almost taken over, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of these guys go travel and stuff like that. They get over on Winnet County, which is not a Kentucky lake by any means, but the fact of the matter is get out on the big lake and you start, tin's not going to handle it.
Yeah, no, the tin boat here is an advantage to a tournament fisherman as long as he's not going from pool to pool to pool.
Correct, yep.
Whereas if you're on Kentucky Lake, the tin boat's probably going to be a little bit of a disadvantage.
Right, yeah, you're going to get beat up pretty bad. You're not going to be able to pee. And so now we can flip off of the tins. We know the tins are on the rise, and I believe it's the younger generation coming in. We had the college tournament here a couple weeks ago. There was high school. We had a lot of tin boats around. Yeah. A lot of tin boats, just because you can do everything you can in a tin, and it's affordable enough to get them going. And I think it's the right way. I think it's the right way for these kids to get introduced to fishing, just like you and I got introduced to fishing. I had a 14-foot narrow with a 15 horse on the back with a stupid Minn Kota that did not have a foot control.
No, I had a 16-foot low with a Nissan 99.
My motor's better than yours. And
mine was awesome.
No,
I ran it everywhere.
No, your Nissan is junk.
It did catch on fire.
It's a good day. Good day. So I think it's great. I think the industry listened to when I dropped that video about introducing your kids the correct way. You know, there's ways that they got to understand. It's not about getting a $100,000 boat off the front.
I mean it's in my opinion the high school deal's great. Greatest thing ever to hit the industry.
100%.
College, greatest thing to ever hit the industry.
100%.
But it's also misleading in some ways.
Correct.
The industry
misleads it.
Correct. Yes.
The industry pushes their big number boat, which is understandable, and they all want to be Mike Iaconelli, Skeet Reese, and all that stuff. And I get that, but all those guys started, with nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing, and they got to understand it's okay to start with nothing.
Yeah. When I was a high school kid in the early '90s, when I turned on the Nashville Network, I saw Hank Parker and Denny Brower and all of them in a 361 Ranger with
Yep.
a 150 Johnson or 150 Merc.
Yep.
You could go buy that boat for somewhere in the 20,000 range
Right.
and compete.
Right.
But yeah,
It's-
not the case now. When you turn on,
Because that same boat's still worth $20,000.
that is true.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, you're exactly right. And I just, you see it more because you see more people coming in. When youth comes in, are they, and it's kind of a bold question, who's buying the stuff? Mom and dad buying?
Mom and dad are buying. Mom, dad, grandpa. Because yeah, with these interest rates,
It's not good.
it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah. Pontoon sales went through the roof. Woo. Like it was like, where did all these pontoons come from? And then I think it's settled.
It has settled. Like we sell the 16, 18 foot
Yep.
party barges, bass buggies. Dude, during COVID, we couldn't keep them in stock. No dealer in the country could.
Right.
We have finally seen a little
Pullback.
pullback on that boat.
The industry, and that's kind of where I'm going with this, guys. The industry in itself has pulled back, I think.
Correct.
The marine industry in itself has pulled back, which is good for the industry. I believe they should be able to recover. So I would say by next year, we should actually be back to normal when it comes to parts, motors, boats,
Yeah, I mean,
all that stuff.
yeah,
and you're still probably seeing, you can't get everything. You can't get everything.
No, there are some things we
Like loose motors. Can you get small motors?
Yeah,
all the small
small
motors.
Mercury stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, but big horsepower is still difficult.
But yeah,
But still difficult.
225, 200.
Yeah, I've been asking for a 200 for like 3 years from
yeah,
this guy.
175. I've not seen a 175, and I don't know how long.
There you go. And that's just for you guys that are looking. See, we're not kidding. This guy sells lots of Mercuries and stuff, and he can't even get a 175, 200. So it's not an easy game sometimes. And sometimes the consumer doesn't get it. They think they literally think you're lying, or you don't want to take their money.
Well, for a couple of years now, me and Carrie, the owner, Carrie and Donna own Jetta Marina. When someone would come in and talk to me or Carrie and want to buy a 250 or 225 or 200, we just kind of chuckle and throw our hands up like, hey, we're not going to take any kind of down payment because we don't know when you're going to get it.
That's right. And that's what I ended up doing. I quit taking down payments. I had the same problems with Suzuki's. I couldn't get them. Could not physically get them. And we did the same thing you probably did. Everybody came in, we couldn't get them. They said they had them, and we took the money, and then I refunded, I think, 4 or 5 guys because they didn't want them.
Yeah,
and I get it.
Yeah,
100%.
We heard rumors of dealers having 40 of them on order.
Yeah.
It's crazy numbers.
Right. Yeah, and that's what this industry's full of. On our side is rumors. We hear rumors all the time, and we get it all the time. Pontoons, we know everything is slowing down in the industry is basically where I'm going with this video, people. And I wanted you to hear it from him. So if you are in the industry to buy, you can still go do that. You have a lot of used, or you low on used?
No, we're heavy.
You've got enough.
Yeah, we've got plenty of used, but right now, if it's a fiberglass boat and it's a boat that says Ranger or Triton and it's in that $25,000 to $30,000 price range, been taken care of, you can back up to it, hook onto it. It doesn't last a day.
There you go. So there you go. They are still selling. The used is still hot.
Yeah.
It's well taken care of and all that, like you said. White River in a whole. Now, give me the logistics of White River if you can. When I say that, all branches of White River.
Yeah, I'll tell you firsthand, we, like I said, we were not White River exclusive 5 years ago.
Right. And that means you can only sell White River.
I only can sell White River stuff on our showroom floor.
Okay.
Period. And, Carrie was really torn between that. And when we talked it over and we took a gamble with it, and man, I'm not gonna lie, they welcomed us with open arms. They really have taken care of us. From, like I said, I don't have Johnny's cell phone number or anything, but
I wish you did.
from as high up as I deal with, they take care of it. They really do.
Okay.
During the whole crazy COVID stuff, they did a good job of keeping us in product.
Right.
And like I said, they do awesome rebates now. They do take care of the customers.
Yeah, their whole scheme when it comes to Bass Pro Cabela's selling through them.
Yeah, they've got
that's marketing A1.
Yeah.
Literally, like I said, barcode boat. You can go in and scan your barcodes and build your own boat.
Yeah, like I said, The Nitro side, man, it's easy. It makes my job pretty easy.
Yeah.
I just get on there, pick out a couple SKUs, and it's here 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and that's perfect. That's perfect. So as a whole, that White River is great for you to work with.
Yeah, I mean, they've made, and like I said, they've made things a lot easier for us by having their pro packages on their Nitro boats and their tournament edition on their tracker stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's all Lowrance stuff, so it makes it easy for us to order,
Yeah.
and makes it a little bit simpler for the customer.
Which is what it should be like, exactly. Besides that, I think the industry in a whole, and if you can agree with me, is strong and it's not going away, because I get that question all the time. We know Evinrude's gone. They built that really cool motor. What the hell is that thing called? I think I called it, you called it the underboard. You get the credit for that.
What's that? What was that?
Junk?
Iffy.
Junk? Iffy.
Iffy. They're still working on something though.
I had a guy in here who worked for them. I had a Yamaha guy here. So Yamaha rep showed up here yesterday. Wanted if I wanted to sell Yamahas. I said no. You can believe this shit. It's true. I got his card up front. He watches my video. He watched that video. And the whole Yamaha marketing department watched that video. We did good. And it literally went around, and he got in touch with one of the lead people because he was on that project. He got promoted to a different one. It was probably either get promoted or get fired, but he got promoted, and they called this guy from Yamaha and said, you should take this job on this motor. And he said, I would rather go work in a grocery store than go work for you. Because of the fact of, he said, and the guy said, what are you talking about? He's like, we're the next leader in the outboard industry. And he goes, with that? And the guy said, yeah. And that is the underboard. That is literally like shooting your, did you ever run a FICT? You had a FICT. You had to.
I did, man.
You loved every minute
No,
of it.
I had some issues. I did.
Okay. Did you have an E-Tech?
I think I've ran a couple E-Techs. I ran E-Techs and a couple All-Americans.
Oh, good. Make it back?
I did.
Good.
The FICT, not so much.
No, the FICT was a great outboard. It was really good.
We do still see them come through the shop every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. I
They're
had
like a
50
sewing machine, man. They just turn and...
Those are the ones that still work.
They're 1 in 30.
Literally, what's left is going to run until until they're done. Because until you can't get a part for it. The power head's probably not going to shell. It's going to be a part that you can't get. Because it's part of that first edition group that was really good. And then they literally went to shit. Outside of that, you don't sell Yamaha. You just sell Mercury? Mercury exclusive, or do you sell some Yamaha?
Mercury only.
Mercury only. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Mercury only. You service Yamaha?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, we do service Mercury, Yamaha, and Evinrude.
Okay.
Yep.
Evinrude. You still get a lot?
We do, because we're one of the only people around to work on them.
Sounds like this place. Dumb enough to work on them. That's the only reason we get them. But I think as a whole, I've always said the big three, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to the bass industry right now, maybe an industry in a whole, is Mercury's on top, Yamaha's right there, and then Suzuki.
Yeah, definitely Suzuki's
making their mark.
They're making a mark. I'm friends with Andy Morgan. Yeah, he's been happy with his.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has. I think, do you correct me if I'm wrong, you see the big tournaments come through more. If Suzuki was to make a push hardcore in the tournament where contingency money was substantial, would more pros switch?
Yes.
They would switch.
Well, yes.
Would they switch away from the Mercs or the Yamahas, or would they just do it because?
You said the word pro fisherman.
Yeah.
That means because.
Because of the money.
Because of
the money.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's another big thing that I've always talked about, people, is if Toby is not at Jetta, but he's running a Ranger, and miraculously he's been running a Merc, and Yamaha comes to him and says, I'm going to give you one to put on there so you don't have to pay for it, or whatever your Merc deal is, if I can smooth it a little bit, you're going to go that route.
Yeah,
right?
Those Evinrude guys really jumped ship quick, didn't they?
Oh, they did. They cannonballed. They f***ing cannonballed. But that's the whole deal, because it's like, when it comes to the big three, it's a big three, and if you want to be the biggest three, you need to push. Mercury did an outstanding job marketing that new motor, like to the point of where it was, I think it's the best-selling outboard of all time. Is it not, the 250 Pro XS or 225? I think it's right there.
Really?
I think it's right there, if I'm not mistaken.
Fast Strike Intruder above it. That was a big one.
I just don't think, I think this thing did more than anything. It's on every boat. It's on every boat.
It does
around.
sound cool when it starts too.
So does my truck, and it's sitting in here getting repaired. And that's always been a high school thing. That's not our thing. You don't need it to sound cool anymore, Toby. You just naturally look cool. Look at you.
Oh yeah.
Look at you. You're the only guy that makes me look little. But I think, like I was saying, with Mercury and Yamaha and Suzuki, is there ever going to be a time when it's just going to be 10 Mercuries, 10 Yamahas, 10 Suzukis?
No.
It's going to be a mixed bag. There's always going to be a leader.
There's always going to be a leader, I think.
It's always going to be a leader.
In the freshwater world, I believe so.
Yeah, saltwater's a whole different
Yeah,
fucking deal.
absolutely.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, we us bass fishermen think, hey, what do you mean you can't get me a motor? I'm really important.
Yeah. See, right there it is. That's right. That's right. And that kind of flips to one of our videos that I did before about the heritage thing. Like, if Toby had a kid, grew up. Do you have kids?
No,
Good. You have a dog.
I do. Lanny.
Bad, a big, giant dog. You should see the pictures of this thing. About that big. Big guy, small dog. That seems to be a deal. But if we were to say that you had a son, you fished a lot, you had a Mercury every day of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
He's naturally going to go Mercury, probably, right?
Yeah.
Because one way or another, if you're financing the first one, you're going to get him a Mercury,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we talk about, too, the things that if you're having a bunch of issues, you're pissed off all the time, this thing's not running, your next generation's probably going to flip. Do you see that in the industry? Do you see a lot of generational families come through Jeddah that are like, Mercury?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just been steady.
It's no different than vehicles. I
Right.
mean, you know, if you're a Ford guy, your grandpa drove a Ford, you're gonna drive a Ford, Chevy, whatever.
Right, yeah, I get you. So that was, see, we nailed it on that video. Nailed it, that was good. Yeah, I'm just trying to settle in everybody's questions that we've had. Have we had any other questions, Jordan, that need to be answered about the industry? Lithiums, you running lithiums?
I am. I'm on my second year.
Are you cranking with your lithium?
I'm cranking with my lithium.
Your motor's not on fire at all?
It is not flawless. And I'm running a tracker lithium.
Hey,
I'm running 4 across the board, 400 amp hour.
man, there you go. So what is Toby's Ranger glass boat filled up with?
As far as electronics,
motor.
I've got a Mercury 250 Pro XS.
Good for you.
Atlas hydraulic jack plate, power poles. At the console, I run 1 Hummingbird unit, 1 Lowrance unit. Up front, I run a Lowrance unit and a Garmin unit.
You're just mixing it up. You're like a
have
bowl
to.
of spaghetti.
Well, you have to. You
With
get a
some
lot of
meatballs
questions.
and shit,
A
right.
lot of questions.
Right, with some meatballs and shit. You got everything going on. It runs flawlessly, no problems.
So far.
Good.
So
I almost
far.
got something out of them.
So far.
I almost got something out of them. Well, good. Everybody in your neck of the woods, is Mercury number one?
Oh, yeah.
By far.
By far.
Okay. Kentucky's Mercury.
Kentucky is Mercury, yes.
Yeah. I think as you get further south, it starts to kind of generate into Yamaha, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
the Texas, Louisiana guys,
Yamaha.
they're Yamaha Skeeter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, they should be. Skeeter's right there. Okay, that's cool. Anything you want to chat about in the industry? What do you got on your mind? What's the one thing Toby's got on his mind that wants to say about the industry?
About the industry?
Yeah, you don't have to wreck Ranger or Mercury or
No,
anybody.
man, it's interest rates. That's my big thing right now. Interest rates.
Who's in charge of that?
Not Johnny.
Not. He could be. Why isn't he?
I wish he was.
Why can't he flip that? He should have
I
enough
think if
power.
we're a White River, it should be a little bit better interest rate.
100%. Why can't he? He should be able to do that.
We'll see what we can do.
You just tip it back a little bit. They should be able to finance everything.
Should.
Do they finance?
They do some financing.
Are they not at 7 or 6%?
No.
17 to 27 on your 30-year note.
Yeah.
On your 30-year note for your $100,000 boat. Yeah. I went and saw that Icon. Have you seen an Icon yet?
I have.
Yep.
It's a big boat.
It's well built.
It's a big one. Yeah, I think so.
Just slow.
Is it? I haven't ran one.
Huh?
I haven't ran one.
It's not that fast. You want that running still? They're getting rid of that. It runs. It sounds just like a Mercury when you start it up. Hear that
No.
belt squeal? That's not a belt squeal. That's just an upper main bearing going out. That's what I deal with every day. You get to deal with that fun stuff?
Sometimes we have fun.
Yeah, we have fun every day. So yeah. Where the hell? Oh, you were supposed to say something about the industry besides the interest rates.
Man,
What's coming?
what is coming?
What's coming that you can talk about?
I don't know.
I mean, he knows something, but I can't get it out of him.
Yeah. There's new models, man. There's new models coming.
They're changing it again? Are they changing?
You never know. I mean, that's one good thing about Johnny and White River, man.
Johnny's not doing it.
But Johnny's got a lot of engineers that do a lot of
He's got a
homework.
lot of engineers.
Yes.
A lot of engineers. And I think, let's go back to Icon just because when I was at Icon, they took a couple boats and cut them apart.
Mm-hmm.
And
I knew about that.
They chop suey them.
They did.
Fucking.
And I think Icon was really good for the industry.
I do.
This was okay. I'll go here. I think Icon was really good for the industry because there was another boat brand came that was supposed to fiberglass boat that was going to set the world on fire.
Was that Vexus?
Just another boat brand. And
What happened to that place?
anyway, it's just didn't set the world on fire.
Correct.
And nothing really revolutionary. Whereas I have seen a few things on the Icon that impressed me.
100%. 100%. I was impressed. And it rides unbelievable.
That's what I heard.
Unbelievable. It's just not a quick boat. You know what I mean?
You don't need quick.
I mean, you and that was their whole
Did it
deal.
have a toilet like a quick boat?
No,
Okay.
no, it did not. Those are exclusive to one boat company. There was
go
one.
fast.
There's one here this week. Broken shift kib. It did have a shitter in it too. It did.
You checked.
Of course I do. Why would you not? Every
I don't
boat-
blame you.
Your boat's got a shit. It's called a live well. Put a fucking plastic bag and shit in it if you have to. It works out well. But yeah, that's what I got from the industry. I can't get what's in his mind out because he doesn't want to get in trouble. So we're gonna have to end it, I guess, because you don't want to spill the beans on anything new.
No,
coming
there's
out.
nothing huge.
What about your new? Did you get a new Minn Kota yet? You got a Minn
No,
Kota trolling motor?
I'm running a Ghost trolling motor
Why?
because I wanted to try it. Not gonna lie, I'd really like to try the new Power Pole trolling motor.
You the move?
That has impressed me. That's something in the industry that
Needed.
Yeah.
Was needed bad.
I've played with it.
It's amazing.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a badass machine.
and I mean, yeah, let's go to Power Pole. I mean, Power Pole. They are the best customer service, hands down, in the industry.
Hands down, no one can compete.
Yeah, I mean, that's peace of mind. I mean, everybody says, well, that trolling motor costs $5,000. Well, man,
it should.
yeah, but if something does break and they say it's not going to, but if it does, I promise they'll take care of you.
100%. Like they are, and I've said it 1,000 times that they are the best customer service, and he's exactly right. Power Pole itself, I think, is for a thorn in everybody's side. Power Pole could be a thorn in the industry if they really
absolutely,
wanted to.
yeah.
If they really wanted to. Be.
Yeah, if they really wanted to
they're
branch out.
If they wanted to start selling units and doing things like that and integrating into what they call their Sea Monster Complete system, which I may have inside of something coming down the pipe, but it's just a matter of what they want to do because they are good people. They have great engineers.
And they do their homework before they release something.
You know how long that troll motor's
Exactly.
been out there?
Exactly.
I mean, literally years. How can you afford years? You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's work. I mean,
They did a good job keeping that under wraps.
they did a great job. They did a great job. And it's small, it's tiny, it's awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, it's $5,000. Whatever.
But everything's gone up.
Boats. Yeah,
Yeah.
you talked about that the other day. You got to say this just before we end this
What's
thing.
that?
We talked about boats, and you said it's the first time in how many years the boat price didn't go up.
Yeah, the boat prices really didn't go up this year. They went up a little, but not.
But
not
it was more the engine that drove the price
engine,
up.
Yeah, absolutely. Engines
The
jumped
engine.
up on us.
Yeah. So there you go. And that's
a positive. That's a positive
huge.
thing.
That's a huge thing for the industry. That's a huge thing because the boat companies see it.
Yeah.
They probably saw the interest rates rising, figured out how are we going to do this. Everybody knows labor rates go up. Everybody knows that all that expense, that overhead goes up. For them to keep boat pricing, and that's props to Johnny at White River, to keep them boats pricing as close as they could to the year before,
Yeah.
with materials flying through the roof and all that stuff. Because you got ballistic boats at 100,000, you got icons at 100,000, skeeters at 100,000.
They're
everybody, and we talked about that like a year ago. Yeah. That's going to be like the new trend.
I never thought I'd say, when the customer walked to the showroom and asked how much a boat was, I never thought I'd say 6 digits.
I mean, the thing is, you say 6 digits and then you write the contract.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, 6 digits is the new 50,000.
There you go, industry. 6 digits is the new 50,000. And 50,000 wasn't that long ago.
No, I remember paying $50,000 for one and saying that's it.
Yeah,
no more.
Times 2.
Times have changed.
Times 2. Well, that's it. That's a good conversation. He's got to go check in or register. Where's your partner at?
He
just dropped you off?
He dropped me off. He actually dropped me off and went and did the check-in.
Nice.
Going to get some lures, some hot baits.
You're gonna need them. Mike, gonna need them. Well, that's it. That's all I got for you. This was an industry. Go and check Toby out. You got a website?
Yeah, jettamarina.com.
Boom.
Facebook page. Yeah, check us out.
Go check them out. Go see what they got. If you're in the Kentucky area, stop in, see Toby. Tell him you watched him on TV. If you got Ranger questions, talk to this guy.
Yeah.
White River. Call those guys. Don't call me. Call those guys. I don't want to answer any more emails and text messages. I do. I don't mind it. It is what it is. But this guy's been doing Rangers longer than I have, so talk to that guy if you're interested in a boat, interested in motors. He's got a couple right now that he would sell you. So there you go. Call. I bet you we sell those for you today.
Today, I hope.
Today.
That'd be
I bet
great.
you we sell those for
That'd
you
be
today. Call Jetta. Get your Mercury. Cool. That's it. That's all I got. Toby, Jetta, thank you. I'm done. You done, Jordan? You got anything?
Be part of the ending.
You want to? You want to do Speed Money No Brakes? What? You know my ending? You want to do my ending?
I want one part of it.
What part do you want?
Surprise me. You started.
Aha! All right, here we go. As always, comment, subscribe, click notification bell to witness the madness. Everybody in Kentucky down by Jetta Marine is now to say, Speed
Money
No Brakes. We're out. Say see ya.
See ya.
We're gone. See ya.